Hey, how you guys doing today? Today we're going to be doing a pretty fun video. This is not to be taken too seriously. It's just my personal opinion on how I would rank the current alpha characters of Marvel Rivals. Again, this is not 100% accurate. This is just my take, so don't be crazy about it in the comments. This is just for fun, guys. Expect some more of these videos in between like gameplay videos. I'm going to try to do like what I think is like the top 5 abilities or top 5 ultimates or top 5 characters, you know, top 5 worst characters, things like that in between gameplay, just so I can, like, you know, change it up for the most part. So to start off the list, we're gonna go from the back into the front. So let's go with Doctor Strange. What do I think Doctor Strange would be? I think personally Doctor Strange Doctor Strange would be an A tier Vanguard. I think he's quite strong. He has a reliable primary attack. You know, the little dagger throw he has goes pretty far. He has his shield that he can move around with. That's very nice. It doesn't have a cooldown other than when it gets destroyed. He can also float in the air. He has the teleporter, which is honestly one of the best abilities in the game. And he has a pretty wide range stun. It doesn't guarantee you kills all the time, but it is quite good if you can, you know, plan it out with your teammates. And yeah, I think Doctor Strange is quite good. I don't think he is the best character in the game though. I think he's very, very good. He's probably one of the best tanks so far. The only thing holding him back really, I would say, is maybe like the cooldown of the teleport, or the portal, I mean. And his ultimate not doing like damage. You have to shoot out the spectral forms, but if it did do damage, he would still probably be OP or something. So yeah, I would say he's probably top of A tier. I don't think he's S tier. I don't think he's too bad in game. It's hard to deal with him. I don't think that at all. I think you can definitely deal with him in game. And yeah, so next we got Loki. Again, another, I honestly would say he's S tier. And here's why. He's probably the best healer in the game. No question. He pretty much can save your whole teammate. He can save your whole team with just his shift. When he has that like Loki like green fountain shit, he can pretty much just save the whole team. You're pretty much invulnerable when you're in there. He has healing on his staff. His staff shots go pretty far. They're decently fast. They got good spread on it. He does good damage, guys. He has stealth. He can, you know, swap with his clones, and I'm sure you guys have been tripped up when a Loki swaps to one of his clones and you're still shooting at the clone. So he's definitely very good. And you know, the only bad thing is when you're transforming to, you know, somebody else with your ultimate, your teammates are going to lose that healing that they have gotten, but you are very able to make a really good play. Once you transform, say you're transformed into, you know, the Punisher, you can transform to Star-Lord, you can transform into the Hulk, you can transform into Groot, Black Panther, Iron Man, transform to anybody you want, man. Like, and you could just be a menace. You get your ultimate, you get 2 ultimates pretty much. So yeah, I think Loki's probably the strongest healer. I know some people say like maybe like Luna Snow is the strongest healer. But in my opinion, I think Loki is the strongest here, just because how much he can really save a team, and his healing is really, really good, and he has good damage. So next, Rocket. I'm gonna put Rocket into A tier. I think he's just a solid support. There's nothing really wrong with him. I don't think he had. The only thing that's wrong with him really is that he has slow healing, but that's totally fine because, you know, he has his respawn beacon. His Gatling gun does good damage. It goes pretty far. He's a smaller character, so you guys know in these types of games when you have a smaller, you know, model, it's harder to hit you. So that he has that going for him. He has decent mobility where he can dash and he can hover. And yeah, he's just really good. He has really good team up attacks with 2 of the best characters in the game, that being Groot and Punisher. And yeah, I think he's probably gonna be on everybody's team. Like, there's just no reason not to pick Rocket. I don't think he's OP at all. His ultimate is pretty good, but you know, you have to have your team around you to really get use out of it. And he can kind of play by himself, but not really. I don't see Rocket taking any 1v1s anytime soon. But he's just such a good, you know, backliner. He's such a good support. So I think he's just totally solid. He sits at A. He could be S, but he definitely is A for me. Spider-Man. I'm gonna put Spider-Man in B tier. Spider-Man has potential to be an A, but Spider-Man has quite low damage. Even with you getting the whole combo off, it takes them a really long time to kill people, and the whole time that you're trying to kill somebody, if they're by their support, 9 times out of 10 they're going to get healed up by your support. You're going to have to take damage, and you're going to have to run away and wait for your cooldowns to come back up. Also, his swinging is like a big learning curve for people. I've gotten pretty decent at it, but I know that a lot of people, and I understand why, because you know the swinging in this game isn't the greatest. It's not like Insomniac swinging, but yeah, it's just he's a little bit clunky. He deals just low damage. If they upped his damage quite a bit, I think he could be definitely A tier, because he's so mobile. Maybe that's like his trade-off. He's so mobile, but he just doesn't deal enough damage. He's a decent 1v1er, but I don't think he's gonna win in a true 1v1 against like characters like Magik or Black Panther. I just think they will kill him too fast by the whole time he's trying to get his damage out. He's good against ranged characters that are on the ground, say like Punisher. He's good against like backline heroes like Mantis. He's good against Hela. But yeah, I don't think he's very good damage wise, and so I think he just sits at B. Also, his ultimate can pretty much get null void by like a lot of ultimates in the game, like Mantis or Luna Snow. It's just because, you know, it's a big stun field, and stuns don't really matter if the whole team's still getting healed up. So it's just like, unless you combo with somebody else, his ultimate is kind of null void. So I think he truthfully belongs in B. He could be A tier if you're really good at him, but I don't think he's S. I don't think he's that strong. Mantis. Mantis, I would probably put in C tier, and here's why. She does not have very good healing. Her, like I put in my video, she's probably the worst strategist, but I wouldn't say she's a bad strategist. She has certain aspects to her kit are good, like the stun is pretty decent, and you know, the upkeep on the right, as long as you're hitting headshots, it can be pretty good. As long as you keep hitting headshots, then you can keep the healing going, the damage boost going. But that requires you to have to hit headshots unless you want to wait the cooldown out. And I just don't like that mechanic for her. Also, her sharing a cooldown with damage boost versus healing, that's just not, I don't think that's cool. I don't think that's good, because you have characters like Luna Snow that can just, you know, wrap her E around somebody, and they're just going to get passively healed while you're also just healing your allies. So she has no real downtime other than she has to reload. Why does Mantis have to have downtime? And she also has a similar ult, like her Mantis ult and Luna Snow have similar ults, while they have like just a shit ton of healing. While Mantis has more healing during her ultimate, hers it's a lot shorter. So it's just, I just think, like, I don't know what they were really going for with her kit. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. It just makes her feel weak. So I just think she's C tier. She can be, obviously she can be played. I don't think any characters in this game are unplayable, but yeah, I just think she's pretty weak. Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is probably S tier, I would say, just because she's so simple to play. She can fly in the air. She has invulnerability state where she's a little bit faster, and she has two of those. So pretty much she can left shift, be invulnerable for quite a long time, and then she can left shift again. Why does she have two invulnerabilities? I feel like she should just have one. Her left click is literally auto aim. It's just like Myra. Her right click is it has a decent range. I wouldn't say it goes too far, but it has decent range, and it's AoE splash damage. And her ultimate, obviously, I don't think her ultimate is not as crazy as people say it to be, because I feel like people in the long run just realize, okay, she's in the air going slowly towards us, let's just shoot at her. But as people, you know, combo with the portal, or just combo with like Mantis ult in a Scarlet Witch ult, she's gonna be better. But I just think just because she's so simple to play, she has really good damage, she has very good survivability, and she has the stun field, which is a super annoying CC. If you guys ever fell into one of her stun fields, you're gonna hate your life just being in there. It's super annoying. She can literally melt you the time it takes for you to get out, or the whole her whole team can melt you. It's really rough for tanks. They get fucked over when they're stuck in that. So yeah, I think she's in S tier. I don't think she's over Loki. I just think Loki's just such a good support, but she's definitely S tier just because of how much damage she deals, and she's so easy. Iron Man. I'll put Iron Man at B. I was thinking about putting him in A, but after playing him some more, I just think Iron Man doesn't deal enough damage to be an A. If he got a little bit more of a damage boost, he would belong in there. But yeah, Iron Man, his missiles are still bad. I think his repulsor blasts, they're decent, but they don't do a lot of damage. He has to buff himself to actually do a lot of damage, and the animation to buff yourself is a really long animation. I think they should shorten that. He's pretty much like a sitting duck in the air while he's trying to get pop shots, and like characters that can just beam him from far away, like Punisher, hit scan, Namor can throw spears at him, Hela can just two-shot him pretty much. By the time, you know, Iron Man realized he got two-shot by Hela, he only had like 2 blasts on her and only did maybe like a third of her health bar. Like he just doesn't do enough damage. I feel like he should definitely get a buff to his damage, and I think he could be an A tier character, but right now I just don't think he's good enough to be A tier. Black Panther. So Black Panther, he can be very, very good, but he also can be very, very bad. It's kind of hit or miss. The good things about Black Panther is that he can get a kill very fast, but the bad thing is if he misses one thing, he's fucked. So that's why I keep saying he's a high risk, high reward character. You have to land everything. You have to be so perfect on him, but if you miss, you're just fucked. There's nothing you can really do about it. It's kind of hard to, like, you know, really gauge his character because you can see the potential. He can do damage very, very fast and a lot of damage, but there's so much skill required where other characters just don't require as much skill as he does. Like I don't think Magik requires as much skill as he does. The only one that requires as much skill as he does, I think, to do well with is Spider-Man. So it will only be right to put him in like the same tier, I think, and I believe probably it will be like this, just because Black Panther really can't kill range characters. Like he will not be able to. He can't go vertical other than climbing when he's like running up a wall. I think he should just naturally have a double jump just like Spider-Man. I don't know why his is conditional. He has to be climbing a wall to double jump. That makes no sense. And his ultimate is just bad. I think it can't even one-shot people. So like what's the point of ulting? I understand it gets all the stacks on people. That way you can like dash through them, but I don't know. I don't think he should be initiating with his ultimate. You feel me? I think his ultimate should just be, you know, a straight up damage ult. If it's a straight up damage ult, it needs to kill people. If it has to be something else where it doesn't kill people, it needs to have like anti-heal or go through shields or something, because it's just damage. It's just, and it's very inconsistent. I've had multiple games where I'm ulting at people's feet pretty much, and I miss the whole team. Or maybe they just healed up so fast. I don't know. I just think he could have a better ultimate, and he's just very hard to play. But once you get him, once you understand him, he can do very well. But most people are not going to be, you know, top Black Panther players. So I just think he belongs in B tier. I don't think he's a terrible character per se. I just think that he could be here, but he also could be here. So let's just put him in B. You feel me? I don't think he's S tier, and I don't think he's D tier. So let's just slap him in B. I feel like that's fair. Magneto. So Magneto, I would say, is an A tier tank. He has a very, very good team up attack with Scarlet Witch, which makes him pretty much a DPS character. He has a shield. Obviously he can give teammates a shield, and he has a pretty decent barrier. He can take a lot of punishment. The only thing bad about him is his ultimate. Everything else about Magneto is pretty good, but everything, the only thing bad is just his ultimate. I've seen maybe one good Magneto ult that like maybe killed 2 people. Only 2 people. So I just feel like his ultimate's kind of a waste. He should have maybe like a CC ability as an ultimate. Just shooting a ball of what, iron at people. I just think it's unimaginative. They could have done a lot more of his ultimate, honestly. He's Magneto. He's the big bad of the X-Men. Come on. Well, I know nowadays he's kind of like a, you know, anti-villain, but still, he's the big bad. Like, give him something better. But truthfully, I think he's an A tier, just especially when he has his team up attack and he does pretty good damage. He's a pretty good tank. So yeah, he's definitely A tier. Punisher, put him in S. Punisher is probably the third easiest character to play in this game. He has really good damage. He has decent survivability with the grapple, or not the grapple hook, the wire. His ultimate does a ton of damage. You never want to get stuck against that. It totally melts through shields. His shotgun can two-hit people pretty much. So even if you get close to him, he can just pop you twice and you're dead. Yeah, it's just Punisher's just very good. Every queue there's a Punisher just because he's so easy to play. He does so much damage. He has a very good team-up attack with Rocket. Yeah, it's just Punisher is just very strong. So and I think he'll always be like that because it's just how easy it is to play and how good his kit is. So and also, not even mentioning that he has a smoke grenade. He can see people through walls after, like, for a duration, and his turret gives him armor in the front of him while firing. So yeah, Punisher is just very good. Do I think he's better than Scarlet Witch? He probably could be. I think these two could honestly be interchanged, just depending on like the skill of the character or skill of the player. Because, you know, the time to kill would be way faster on Punisher, but the survivability and the easiness of Scarlet Witch plus her stun just makes her like so strong as well. So these two could be swapped, whichever you guys you know think. But yeah, I would put them in S tier as well. Penny Parker. I truthfully think Penny Parker is probably she's probably an A tier tank, and here's why. Her mines, no one's gonna expect it. Everyone steps on her mines. I haven't seen one person be like, "Oh guys, look, there's Penny Parker's mine. Don't go there." They step on it every time. You can barely see them. Like, I can't blame them. Most people are worried about the bullets coming towards them, not what's on the ground. So she has that. Her what's it? Her web turret or whatever it's called. It like shoots out webs. It has healing on it, and I don't know why it doesn't say it in the description, but her turret heals while also putting out webs, while also putting out mines, and then she can just put out more mines with her ultimate, pretty much just closing off like a point. And I think when it's like, you know, when you're either capturing a point or even at the end of the game, that's super strong. She might not have the best like left click, but she does have a stun on her right click, so she can guarantee pretty much 2 headshots on a person that's stunned. She has a little bit of mobility. It's not the best, but it's, you know, it's something. She can also climb, and yeah, I think she's just a solid tank. She could, you know, tank by herself, I think, because she could just hold down pretty much one spot for so long by herself. She's just, you know, she's very annoying to deal with. She pretty much fits like that engineer tanky role, and I think she's greatly underrated as a tank just because of how good Groot is and how good, you know, Magneto and Doctor Strange is. People don't play Penny that much, but I think if you guys are playing Penny on like the domination game mode, you'll very much enjoy her because that's where she really strides at. So yeah, I think she belongs in A tier. There's nothing really wrong for her other than her left click, which is pretty slow, but it can deal some pretty decent damage if you hit it. Next one is Magik. I think Magik is an A tier melee. She is very strong when she gets up close. She can pretty much, you know, 1v3 teams. I've seen this happen quite a few times. I've even done it a couple times, just because of how much heal or how much health you get back from dealing damage with her. She has really good mobility going through the portals. Buys her a few seconds to, you know, not taking damage. She can build that health back up with the bonus health she gets from attacking. Go through another portal, build the health back up, dash away if need to, or dash into the enemy. She has a lot of options, and just found out she can also go vertical for dash, which something this character can't do. So, I mean, she has verticality. He doesn't. So she has potential. Also, you know, she has her charge shot on her right click, which is a ranged shot. So she has pretty good, you know, range. She has pretty good mobility. He has pretty good range as well. But there's just so much more nuance that you have to do with Black Panther to make him, you know, strong in that aspect. While Magik is just very strong in itself, because she doesn't really have to, you know, do too much, honestly, for her to excel. She just can go through portals, get a lot of shield by doing, you know, these AoE swipe attacks. She can zone off parts of the map with her little demon swiping area. She can bait people into it with that demon as well. And then obviously Dark Child, when you use your ultimate, you pretty much two-shot people. So I mean, yeah, I just think melee, or I'm sorry, I just think Magik is just very strong as a melee DPS, and she rightfully deserves to be A tier. I don't think she's necessarily S tier, because obviously she still struggles against most ranged characters. Like, she's never really going to kill Iron Man. She struggles against Storm. She struggles against, I even feel like, Doctor Strange for the most part, and she can get stunned out by these, you know, supports. Mantis has a decent, you know, a way to stun her out, and yeah, she can get CC'd when she goes in too far. So I just don't think she's S tier. But obviously I don't think she's B tier, because I feel like she's better than these melee DPS characters. But anyway, let's go to the Hulk. The Hulk, he is, and I hate to say it, he is the worst Vanguard. I had to put the Hulk in C tier. He's good as a off tank. I don't think he's very good as a solo tank, and just because all the other tanks are so good and they have better range options than he does, he's pretty much jumping around trying to punch as many people as can. He puts his shield up to peel him for a little bit, but his shield doesn't last very long. It doesn't last very long, and it's an animation. He's stuck in that animation. His E is practically useless. Why does Penny Parker have a very useful stun, while Hulk has a stun, but the person is invulnerable during the stun? Why? For what reason? So the whole time the person's stunned and you're trying to punch them, you're not doing anything. Why would they think that's a good ability? Change it. Change it, please. Everything else about the Hulk is, for the most part, okay-ish. His Thunderclap is pretty decent, but he only gets one charge. Again, his ultimate, it's just another okay ability. Like, I haven't seen really one Hulk ult really that has been super impactful that he wiped maybe like one or two people out. I seen him kill one person, that's it. Hulk's ult is just like, you know, go crazy for a few seconds, then your health bar gets whittled down. Hopefully you can grab one person, but oh well, even when you grab them, they can still be healed through it. It's cool that the character's still stunned at the end, but if you're diving the backline and you grab somebody and if it's not a healer, it's a DPS character, the healer's just going to heal him through the Hulk ult, and then you're just like, well, I just wasted my ult. So there's so many things wrong with Hulk. He's a lot of fun, and I can see the potential of his character. He can be a really solid off tank. He can even be a solid DPS if you feel like you need a tanky, you know, DPS character. But it's just like he has a useless ability, and his ultimate's not that great, and his shield is just not good either. Like, it's just so many things wrong with him, and I feel like he needs a lot of help. Groot is an S tier tank. He is the best tank in the game. He pretty much turns the whole game into a Fortnite match, where you're just trying to shoot through his buildings the whole time, and then when you shoot through one, oh well, too bad he has another one. Shoot through that one, oh too bad he has another one. Oh, you're getting too close to him, oh he just put up a wall against him. He's super annoying to deal with. He has a very strong team up attack with Rocket. Its ultimate is quite good. When you grab everybody, you can combo that with every ultimate in the game pretty much, as long as people are paying attention. Combo that with Scarlet ult, combo that with Punisher ult, you can combo that with Magneto, you can combo that with Darkchild, combo that with Namor, Star-Lord, Iron Man. Like, he can combo with everybody. He's just such a solid tank. He has so much health. He has pretty decent range on his punches. He's just so good. So that's why I think he's definitely an S tier tank. He's one of the best. He has damage reduction, which barely any characters do. He's just very good, guys. He's super annoying to deal with. Hela. I think Hela's also an S tier DPS character. Or will she be? Nah, I would say Hela's A tier. Hela's A tier. She's probably top of A, just because you have to be quite precise with her, but she can two-shot most people. Honestly, I wish I could put like an S minus tier. I feel like I would put her up here, but I think just top of A since I don't have S minus. Because she just has so much damage. She has a decent mobility. Most people can track her through a mobility as long as you're paying attention, and after that she's kind of stuck. She has a decent stun, but I don't see most people landing it too well. They mostly just go for a left click. Maybe they forget she has a stun. I think the only thing that's not keeping her from being S tier is her ultimate. While her ultimate does a lot of damage, most people can see you in the air. It gets blocked by shields, and it doesn't deal enough damage fast enough, I don't think, to make it like scary. Of course, if she hits 2 shots of her ultimate on you, you're gonna die, but most people should be able to react to it, I think. Especially when you have like a healer that's just healing bot you. Loki's pretty much invulnerable to it, and Mantis can heal you through it. Like, anyone can just really heal you through her ultimate. But her DPS is really insane. She's very popular. If I had S minus again, I would put her in S minus. She'd probably be in a tier for own like that. But yeah, top of A for right now. Maybe I'll do another tier list later on, but I put her right here. Luna Snow. Luna Snow, I would say, is probably right here with Rocket. She has very good healing. She has a decent synergy attack with Namor. She has decent. I mean, her damage is a little bit low, so she has less DPS than say Rocket, but she does have a stun, and so that's also, you know, very nice. Her ultimate's decent, but she can be killed through it. So if you have like a Punisher, you know, just dealing damage through her ultimate, he will kill her. If you have like a pulsar blast from Iron Man, his ultimate go through it, and if he lands straight on her, he'll kill her. But it's cool because you can change, like, if you want to damage and create your allies, or you want to heal them, you get to choose between it. So it's kind of similar to like how if you guys play Smite, it's kind of similar to how like Shiva's ultimate works in that game. It's a little bit similar, but yeah, I think she's quite a solid support. I think most of the time it's going to be Rocket and Luna Snow, or Rocket and Loki as your ranked comps or ranked supports pretty much. And yeah, I think she's just super solid, and you know, she has good CC, she has good damage, she has really good healing. Yeah, so yeah, that's that's pretty much it. This is Storm. I'm gonna put Storm probably. I'm gonna put her top of B. Storm has very good support. She can damage increase you pretty much infinitely. She can move speed boost you pretty much infinitely. She is always flying, which that can be good and or bad. Her left click can pierce shields, so that's really good, or pierce enemies. She has one of the best ultimates in the game, so there is an argument honestly to put her in A tier, but I think she just dies too fast, and her damage is kind of low until you get her ultimate. Lightning Storm is pretty short range, and her lightning attack doesn't really do that much damage, honestly. So yeah, I think she's just top of B. She could probably be A tier. You can argue for A tier, but I don't think she's S tier. If I had a tier again, tier of her own, I would probably put her like B plus. Yeah, so she can help her team. Good ultimate, low damage. All right, we got Star-Lord. Star-Lord, he is super easy. He's just so easy. He has a really easy ultimate that you can get so many kills with if people are not paying attention or if you're behind them. He can pretty much not stop dealing damage. He will always deal damage. He can left click, go through his magazine, dodge, left click, go through his magazine, dodge, left click, go through his magazine, uses E, and then by the time his E is over, he can dodge again, and he'll just never stop shooting. I'll probably put him in A tier as well. I'll say like right here. Yeah, I think that's good. He is on the ground sometimes, so you can take advantage of that because he's not always going to be flying, and his flying is quite a long cooldown. He doesn't have the drifting ability, at least I don't think he does. But his dodging is really good. He has a pretty good ultimate, and he's just super easy, so I think A tier probably the best for him. Yeah, I don't think he's B tier. I think he's better than these characters up here, and I don't think he's S tier because he can be dealt with. But these characters, I just feel like just do so much more for their team as opposed to Star-Lord. Sorry, my brain was going crazy. All right, anyway, Namor. Let's just leave it in D tier. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Namor's not D tier. I know I kind of roast him all the time. He's not the worst character in the game, but he's either B or C. I'll put him on B. I'll put him on B. I don't think he's necessarily too bad anymore after playing him a little bit. He has very good defense, so you can really pair him up with you can do like Namor, you can do Luna Snow with Penny, and pretty much just have like this whole area locked down because you have turrets everywhere, you have mines everywhere, you have CC everywhere, and it's going to be very annoying to deal with. His left click isn't as strong as Hela's left click because Hela could just out DPS him very much faster, and he has no mobility. So his only peeling ability is his left shift, where he goes into the water ball. It's okay, but if no one's around him after he comes from the water ball, he's just gonna die. He does also struggle against flying opponents unless you're really good at aiming your shots, because his spear does take a minute to go through the air. And he doesn't really have any true abilities. His right click is just an enhanced spear that works with his turrets. He's kind of forced into teaming up with Luna Snow if he really wants to get that turret use. And his ultimate can do a lot of damage. It's a decent knockdown, but it's very easy to see coming. And I know one time I maybe got like a quadra kill with his ultimate, but that was like the only time I ever seen someone get more than 4 kills with his ultimate. So his ultimate has use, but you can definitely see it coming. So I think B tier fits him. I don't think he's as bad as these characters, but I also don't think he's as strong as a DPS for these characters. He's very much more so like a defense type of character rather than offensively. He can definitely be paired up also with Punisher, and you guys can just keep down one spot as well. So yeah, this is my tier list. Let me just look it over a little bit and see if there's anything I want to change. I maybe change Loki up to yeah, I think that's fine. Let's see, this one, no, Hela, Star-Lord, Penny, Magik, Storm, Spider-Man, Namor, Iron Man. These could honestly be interswapped as well. Black Panther, Mantis, and Hulk. Yeah, I mean this is definitely a tier list I agree with. I think Hulk has to probably be the worst character in the game. Unfortunately, I just don't think there's a lot going for him. The only thing really going for him is that he has pretty much a double life bar where he can, you know, transform back into Banner and back into the Hulk. He can be hard to kill in that aspect, but he has two useless abilities, that being his E and kind of his shield, because his shield is such a short duration and you can just eat through that shield. I don't know, he has a lot of problems that I feel like need to be ironed out. And Scarlet Witch, she's very strong, she's very easy to play. She could be interswapped with, you know, Punisher here, but I just think how easy she is to play and how good her stun is, and she can do some work for her team more so than Punisher can. Punisher is just straight damage, while she's a straight damage and she has CC. Plus she has a pretty much a one-shot ultimate. So yeah, this is definitely my tier list, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's a bit of a long one, 36 minutes, but I hope you guys enjoy me rambling and stuttering. I like making these little fun videos for you guys, and I can do another tier list, you know, saying like who do I think are the most fun characters, you know, just something else. Who I think are the worst characters, who I think are, you know, well, I pretty much already did this in here. The worst characters right here. But yeah, that's my tier list, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.